I don't know where to start, because I finished the album finally after 2 years and 3 months and traveling all around the world and building a studio and moving into my old family home. I've finally come up with 13 songs. Well, one of them is instrumental, and I think you're going to really like it. Yes, that's right, I finished. I can't believe it, and I keep having to remind myself that I finished. I finished.
She's finished! Woo!
She's finished.
Imogen has finished the album.
She's finished. I'm finished. I'm finished. Oh, I get to sing in the shower. Yes. So yes, it's finished. It's called Ellipse. I think I said that last time. No, I didn't. Did I? Yes, I did. Yes, it's called Ellipse. And the order, if you would like to know, is First Train Home. It always wanted to be first, and it's going to be first. And it sounds great. Wait It Out, Earth, Little Bird, Swoon, Tidal, Between Sheets, 2-1, Bad Body Double, arghh, The Fire, Canvas, and Half-Life. And it does really, really work in that order. And there actually is only one order. It really didn't work in any other combination. It always felt like First Train Home had to be first, Half-Life was at the end, and I wanted Between Sheets to be smack in the middle, because after 2 years, the only thing that I've thought about is I have to make my album. I have to build my studio. I have to move into the family house and build the studio and do my album, or I have to go on a writing trip, write the songs, go move into my family house, build the studio, do my album. And that's all I've been thinking about for 2 years. And the only times that I've really stopped thinking about that, believe it or not, is when I've been in bed with a man, which doesn't happen very often because I don't have a boyfriend. But it has happened every now and then. But really, I can kind of count them on my one hand, which is a bit boring. But anyway, it really occurred to me while I was in bed with a man that I'd suddenly stopped thinking about my record. And it wasn't, I mean, obviously it wasn't thinking about, why am I talking about this? While we were having sex. But it was when afterwards, the kind of lying together in bed, just that lovely calm time at the end, and kind of in between, of just not really not thinking about anything, not thinking about the past, not thinking about the future, not thinking about, a relationship with this person or the ups and downs of that, and just really thinking about nothing, and truly kind of really being in the moment, which so rarely happens because we're always thinking about the future and the past and what we should be getting up to and what we haven't done and all that. And I really wanted to have that kind of moment on the record, that kind of that moment of calm. So Between Sheets really, really works really well. I like that. And this is in it. I've recorded all kinds of strange sounds in Between Sheets, like the nail violin finally got into the record, but in a unusual way. I didn't play it. I used my wire brushes that we play the drums with, these wire brushes, and I swapped it. I swapped the drum kit for the nail violin, so I'm kind of going on the nail violin, and then I switched. I kind of had a stereo mic up on the nail violin, and I took the brushes and made this sound like that, and so that goes all the way through the song, and it sounds very nice. But I'm not going to play the song. You see, I know you're wanting to hear it, because I want to keep it as a surprise. It's the only one on the record that you haven't heard, and actually The Fire. But yeah. But I think we should save, the royal we, should say something for you, because when you get the record, it'd be nice to have something, experience it in the old-fashioned way of not actually have heard anything at all. So So I kind of just gave that away. But anyway, so yeah, late one night, I turned off the computer. I was kind of backing up the computer, and I switched this on to kind of clear the area, as it were. I keep quoting myself today. And it just fitted perfectly. It was in the right key and everything. So I stuck this in as well, which is called a Buddha machine, by the way. Yes. So what else? So yeah, the fire is the other piece, and it's a little piece of piano that goes in before canvas, and it really felt like it wanted to have a nice piece of flowing piano. And on the record, everything is meticulously edited and detailed and thought about, and it's all a very long-winded process. And I really wanted to have a space also on the record that was not like that. It was just a stream of consciousness kind of thought. So I did it on the piano. I just improvised on the piano, and some of you saw it on Ustream while I was in Maui a few weeks ago as part of this kind of tying up the album. So I did this piano. So I've mixed the piano with the sound of the bonfire outside. So much to talk about. Sorry, it'll all be out on the DVD at some point, but I can't tell you all now. But anyway, I recorded the bonfire, and it was very significant for me and my family. This particular piece of wood that I burnt, and I've used the sound of the burning of this particular piece of wood for the fire. It's called the fire, and I love it because it's got you lot who were tuning in to the Ustream sessions, some of you, and then it's got Maui, so it's got me kind of away writing, doing my work, my job, very tough life, and then also in the UK with my family and the fire and being in the house and everything. So I managed to mould the two worlds together, weld them together for this one song, which means a lot to me because I can't do that. I haven't done that before. And they seem to work very nicely together. But it's just an instrumental, and I found it really hard because I love, I love really thinking all the pieces through, and I found it really hard to give in to the fact that it was improvised and I couldn't change anything after the fact because I recorded it in Maui, so when I came back I couldn't change it. I was very tempted, but I didn't. But I did have to edit it a little bit because it was a bit long, the bit that I chose. So there we go. So much to say. I went mastering, so I've mastered the record. Ta-da! Here it is. Mastered. It says audio CD reference 1 because there is now going to be a reference 2 because of course I had to tweak it. I've tweaked 5 more songs since then, but basically that's it. This is what it's going to look like. Well, not for you, but for me this means finished. And actually today is the day where I'm actually going to finish it. And Simon Hayworth is going to master the new ones that I've done and put them into order like here and make sure all the levels are the same level, which is what they do at mastering, and then get it onto a master disc, and then that's going to go to manufacture, and that's what you're all going to hear in your ears. And it was great fun, great feeling, and Justine came out with me and filmed it, of course, yeah, I mean, I knew that I wasn't quite finished because I was so rushed to try and get these promo versions done of the album for press because they bought the album forward, the label, and so I rushed to kind of get the promo one done. But anyway, release date, right. So it was going to be the 18th of August, and then the label brought it forward because they thought, because of some TVs in America, in the States, and now they brought it back. So the date now, sorry for those of you who know all the dates all along the way, because then everyone thought it was going to be the 4th of August. Now it's going to be the 24th of August. And it's going to be the 25th of August in the States, but the 24th of August in the UK, and I'm not sure about the rest of the world, but it'll be one of those 2 days. So yes, so start counting down, and it'll be very worth it, I promise you. And so the other thing that will make the album finished is, of course, the artwork. And thank you so much for... It's got so many entries in for the album artwork, people to come and help me do it. and I've chosen 3 people in the end. The guy who's going to kind of pull it all together, and he's designing this little special thing which is going on the front cover, and lots of other bits. He's called Andy Howe, and he's an architect, and he's very cool. So he's kind of doing that bit of it. And then these couple called Ewan Robertson and Jenny Hancock, they came up with this great idea about projecting images around the house that worked perfectly with this kind of idea that I had for the front cover. So I'm not going to tell you too much about it because I want it to be a surprise. But so then I'd set up this other competition on Flickr of you guys to send in images inspired by lyrics from the song. And if you missed that and you want to see that whole process, then there's a little here's a little link. It's for you to see. So we've done that, and we did it around the house, and we did that a couple of days ago, and the shoot went on till 5 in the morning, and it looks really amazing. I went and had a look the other day with Jeremy Cowart, who's also shot the album cover, and he took the photographs of the projections. And it's going to look beautiful. I can't wait. So actually this week with Andy now, I'm going to bring it all together, and we're going to design the packaging. So thank you very much. So I'm going to go to vBlog number 40 now, which is the final one. I'll tell you all about that later.